guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sophie and we're at my room at my school, which is also my book space at the time. Today, as you can see in the title and on the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing a book tag, and it's the 20 questions for a reader book tag. I believe that's what it's called. It has a lot of different names on YouTube. But first, let's do the calendar, and this is my second try at filming this, so it's on the week already. The last couple weeks it's been pretty difficult. I have made a lot of mistakes with the calendar. I think some of them have repeated themselves, which is problematic. But yeah, we are at this week, trust me. And it says, there exists no mistakes, only learning. Love yourself, trust your choices, and everything will be possible. And it has this cute little sprout that's like on a hand. Yes, that's all I can say. I love the drawing. I think it fits this very well. And I don't know what to say about this because it says a lot of it, like just in this. Yeah, do with it what you want. And then let's get started with the video. First question is, how many books is too many in a book series? I wouldn't normally go for a series with more than 5 books. But I did read the Harry Potter series, which is 7 books. I also read the play, The Cursed Child. And I don't know, I read the Percy Jackson series and then I listened to the Heroes of Olympus on audiobook. Yes. So that is 10 books, but it's 2 different series, and I read the Percy Jackson and then I waited some time before I kind of discovered the Heroes of Olympus series. Yeah. But usually I'd say 3 is good. 2 is also good. 4 is just, I don't know why, but 4 books in a series seems odd to me, and then 5 is the maximum, I'd say. How do you feel about cliffhangers? That is the second question, and I'd say sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I do like a cliffhanger at the end of a book if there's another book in the series, like if it's in a series and it's not the last book. I do also like some cliffhangers that if you have a book with multiple perspectives and then one POV at the end of that chapter, you have a cliffhanger, and then there's another POV for a chapter or 2, and then you go back, because then you really get that cliffhanger feeling. You can't just go turn the page and then read the next chapter, and I enjoy that. But of course it also depends on if the author has done it right, like if it's done right and well. The third question is hardback or paperback. I'm a paperback girl. Most of my books are paperbacks. On my bookshelf here at the school I have 9 paperbacks and 4 hardcovers. Yeah, most of my friends are against me though. I have one friend who loves ebooks because then she has her whole library on an iPad, and I get that. It sounds so tempting, but I just don't enjoy reading too much on a device. I really enjoy physical books or audiobooks. And most of my other friends are just like, no, it's hardbacks, they don't get destroyed as easily, they're prettier. And I'm like, bitch, the thing about paperbacks is you can break the spine. You can make them look worn, you can give them a history, and that's something I really enjoy. Yeah, I don't care that they're a bit more sensitive to their surroundings. Yes, of course it's annoying if you ruin all of, like, a big chunk of pages by, I don't know, something. But at the same time, it just gives the book history and personality. And the next question is my favorite book, and I don't really know I read one 5-star read this year, and that is Yes, No, Maybe So. But I'm more tempted to say I really don't know about that. It's a very difficult question. I love a lot of books. Anyway, the 5th question is your least favorite book. Oh, there's this one book we had to read for Danish at one point, which takes place in my hometown. And it's about a couple that commits suicide together. And that's not a spoiler because it's literally on the description on the back of the book, and it's on the first page. And it just made me really uncomfortable because they were in the drug scene, and there was a lot of violence, and it just made me uncomfortable that all those things happened at places I knew where were. Yeah, that not great. Not great at all. Anyway, love triangles, yes or no? No. Simply just no. I've experienced love triangles. I've seen them at least in real life, and I don't like them. I really don't like them. No. Question number 7. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. Okay, I have 2 answers for this. I DNF'd a book that I tried to read last spring. I just couldn't. I hated it. I DNF'd it twice. Yeah. I even tried to ask my mom to read it aloud to me. Didn't happen. None of us liked that book. It was crazy. It sounded so interesting, but the writing style was just confusing and odd, and I really didn't like it. And then there last fall, I had borrowed a book from the library, and then I had to return it, and I didn't get to finish it, but I really want to finish it, so I'm going to read that book at some time, definitely. A book you're currently reading. The Kangaroo Chronicle. This is a German book. I have, this year I've read a couple books that are German, or written in German originally, and then they're just translated to Danish, which I think is kind of funny because that's not what I would think about. Mostly it's English books translated to Danish, but at the same time, Denmark and Germany are country neighbors, if that makes sense. And we have German in school, but it's fun. This is definitely a book for humor purposes and maybe also a bit of society criticism, but it's very fun, and it's just nice, and it is a refreshment. Last book I recommended to someone. This one, because yesterday I told my boyfriend I was gonna make him read it no matter what. Yes. But it's just so good. I'm also gonna make my mom and my brother read it. The oldest book I've read, I believe that is The Little Prince. I can't pronounce the author's name, but every book I mention is in the description. The newest book I've read, I don't know. I'm not good at dates and stuff, but I think it's Yes, No, Maybe So, because that's from 2020, I believe. Don't hang me if I'm wrong. Wrong, because I probably am. Favorite author? I don't know. I do quite like John Green's writing style in his books, but I wouldn't say he's my favorite author. So I don't really know. Buying books or borrowing books? I wish I could say I was the type of person to borrow books simply because it's better for the environment and I wouldn't spend that much money, but I have no self-control, so I end up buying a lot of books. But I have been borrowing books from both my mom and my boyfriend this year, so that is nice. Anyway, a book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. I don't know really. Is there anything in here that can help me with that? No, I haven't. I really don't know about this. Maybe I'll come back to you later, but I don't know. Bookmarks or dog ears. As you can see, I have a bookmark in this book, which is just this like picture of a cat that's praying, I think. It looks like it's praying. But I don't have anything against dog earing. I just usually don't use it as bookmarks, more as if there's a passage that I want to annotate. Yeah, that's it. A book you can always reread. I don't know. I'd probably say Babadunya's Last Love. I believe that's what it's called. Because it's just very genuine and very funny. Like I have read it twice, and I laugh every time. Can you read while listening to music? Yes, I can. I do that very often. Right now there's this one song that I just like to put on repeat. It's called Piano Man, and it's a Danish song, in Danish, and it's by Kim Larsen, who died a couple years ago, but he's a big Danish performer. He was. But I just put that on repeat, and then it just fades out, and when the music starts fading in again, that's when I know how to stop reading, which is kind of weird, but I really enjoy it, so I do that a lot. One POV or multiple POVs? I don't know. For some books, it's very fun to have multiple POVs, but it can also be too much, right? Like in this book, I'd enjoy the kangaroo can talk, right? I'd enjoy maybe one or two POVs from the kangaroo's perspective. Actually, I wouldn't. It's a very interesting character, but I'd rather see it from his point of view. So yeah, it depends on the book totally. Like in the Heroes of Olympus, where that series where you kind of have multiple POVs, it makes sense because it's multiple characters and they aren't together at all times. But in other books, I don't want it. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it, right? Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? I'm a slow reader. I just can't in one sitting. I have to use multiple days. And the last question, who do you tag? And I'm gonna tag, this is not a booktube. Yeah, I think you should do this. Alex, come on. I think you should do this. I am excited to see your video. Anyways, guys, see you next week. Bye. Have fun and get to reading a lot.